Right, I think we all know by now, it's kind of old news in the internet scheme of things. But yeah, Rockstar gameplay has been leaked, and I normally am excited. I still kind of am with what I've seen in the gameplay, but it's just where the gameplay's come from. Just basically, it's not come from Rockstar. It is a massive shame that that's the case, because we all are hoping for no delays, and it's just a bad thing to happen. The fact that Rockstar have been working on this game for so long, and then for someone to just start leaking stuff that Rockstar don't want the public to see. Of course, they don't want to see debugs and programming that are not public. And the fact that this person is like threatening Rockstar to release the source code, meaning everyday modders will actually have access to this source code. I'm not a programmer, but I'm pretty sure this is going to be millions on millions of lines of code. So that just shows huge delays that could happen. But in today's video, I'm not really going to dwell on the bad things, but there are a lot of things in this gameplay that I'm really excited about. The things I've seen, the attention to detail, things that I'd never think I'd see in a game. Yeah, and from looking at all the detail I see, what can we expect to see in the new entry of GTA? Now, everything in this video is more focused on the car related areas of these clips and what we can expect with vehicles in the game. Yeah, so let's just start the video, shed a little hope and glimmer on this. Hopefully you enjoy. Now, crash damage. A lot of people don't like crash damage. It's very inconsistent in GTA 5, where some cars will have quite good crash damage and then some cars will not even get damaged, they'll just scratch. In the footage we see from the leaker, there is like an El Camino type car, GTA's version of it, and it's hitting a ramp, which is actually a solid object. You can see that clearly they've not like rendered the ramp in properly yet in this footage. But as soon as the car hits the ramp, but then crashes into the solid invisible object, the car crumples and the car starts smoking as well. And the car actually hits the ramp at 70 miles an hour. If you do that at GTA 5 at 70 miles per hour, there's going to be only a slight bit of damage. And I'm guessing in this footage, the car had 0 armor, and you can change the armor levels, because a 70 mile per hour impact crumpling this car as much as I saw it, and it's smoking, it looks like it's near destroyed. It seems like some people, I actually like that factor, that it's so detailed and the damage physics are quite strong, but some people might find it annoying, the people that just want to do missions and just want to get places to places. So I'm guessing there's going to be armor levels, and you know what, I actually might keep my armor on 0% if the damage looks like this. There's another scene where you see a bobcat, and the bobcat is parked up and crash damaged like it has been in an accident before. The way that damage looked was so different to how we see damage in GTA 5. The hood was bent, but the way it was bent, it was like a real life kind of crumple, and it was tilted to one side. The crash bar in front was like bent all the way, like nearly to the floor, and it just shows that there's going to be a heavy difference in crash damage. I could be wrong there, that car could just be a static object for the cutscene, because it was a cutscene. And in many scenes there were just pedestrians driving past like normal pedestrian cars, and they actually had wheels that looked like they were customized, like not stock wheels. So it could be that in this version of Grand Theft Auto that pedestrians actually have certain taste and modifications on their cars. The wheels that I'm showing in this clip is actually the same wheels that I saw in one of the GTA 6 clips, but a lot smaller. There's certain clips that intrigue me, like the gas station and how detailed the gas station is, and the fact that you can walk into restaurants and there's so much detail in there. It reminds me a lot of a roleplay experience. I'm not going to jump to the conclusion and suspect that they might add roleplay, but if you think about it, Rockstar know that roleplay is a big thing in GTA. On the back of the GTA, there's been like hundreds of millions of dollars been made off roleplay. I wouldn't be surprised if there's free modes where you can custom make them. I do think that this will not come out with GTA. I think it will come out like 1 or 2 years later, like Creator did for GTA 5. I think you'll be able to customly make a free mode session, so you can turn cops off, edit certain things, and we may just be able to add stuff which can make it a full roleplay experience. Refueling your car, I wish that's in GTA 6, but it just doesn't seem like it'll appeal to everyone. It'll just be a niche market. A lot of this is wishful thinking, but with what they've shown us, it does not seem unlikely with the details they've added, which I would never expect. Yeah, and it's bold saying this from, you know, footage which is like 5 years before the game actually releases. But, you know, I'm happy just to see a glimpse of Grand Theft Auto. I do think this is tragic, the fact that it got leaked by a hacker which is trying to exploit Rockstar. And they did just announce, like, while I'm commentating this, that they aren't going to slow down. They're going to persevere through this. And yeah, that sounds like good news. And something else that was actually shown in the videos, and actually is for me the most interesting part, was the car interior. Now, we all know that they're going to have to amp it up. I mean, the VSTR is a bad example of bad interiors in GTA because it's actually quite good compared to all the this is probably one of the best. And I'm using the VSTR because in the gameplay shown, they used a car that looked similar to the VSTR interior wise. But what was crazy was the fact that you could electronically adjust the steering wheel, you could electronically adjust the seats, which was baffling to me. And the pedals, as you can see in here, the pedals are just like some thin pieces of paper. You could actually push the pedal down, and I think that's how you drive. Like, you actually drive with your feet. It's not just there for show. You could adjust the mirrors, you could adjust the sun visor. This seemed like, to me, too much detail. Like, you wouldn't expect Rockstar to put this in the game. That also did throw me off a bit. I was thinking it's a bit too much detail, so it's probably just for a story mode cutscene where they adjust the mirror or they adjust the sun visor. Or something that makes a lot more sense, when you actually crash in the game, all these things actually move. So if you smash into the wall, you'll see the sun visor come down and your mirror get tilted a bit. That actually makes a lot more sense, and if that is actually going to come to the game, that will be But it was crazy to me how the pedals on the car were not just a back and forward movement, they actually looked spongy. Like looked like they had a force behind it. They weren't just one lever to another. Now for interior, I would really like to see some digital clusters. I mean, obviously not for old cars, but some digital clusters for new cars, and not have this kind of calculator digital cluster that we have in GTA 5. I'm sure that that's definitely going to be a thing. There's going to be some cars that have GTA's version of digital cluster. And if we're adding a bit extra detail to this, like cars that don't rev all the way out when you're just cruising, like cars that will actually short shift on throttle input. Now, from what I've already seen and the detail they've put in, this does not seem unlikely. So, you know, if you're just accelerating like 10%, it's not at the end of its rev range like it is now in this gameplay. Like, it will actually shift in economical fashion. Now in the clips, you do see some vehicles like the Baller that have came from GTA 5, the Rebel that's came from GTA 5, this El Camino, which is actually something that we've never seen before, and it looks quite cool. I probably think it will be called the Picador. We also see the Stainer that's from GTA 5. There are many cars that we see, and there's many clips where you can actually see the Futo, the same type of police cars, but this must be taken with a grain of salt. Not the El Camino. I think the El Camino is actually, because it's a new design, it is in GTA 6 series, but all these other cars like the Futo, they could just be copied and pasted skins from GTA 5 just to have some sort of texture in the game, not just have blocks driving around. There were some compact cars in there that I've never seen before. Yeah, so with this, they could have just copied and pasted GTA 5 skins so that, you know, when they're testing the game, it's not just like silver objects driving past, and they can have kind of vision of certain angles of cars. When it comes to predictions of what cars are going to come, I think this is a fresh new plate. I think a lot of cars will come from GTA 5. Probably half the cars may come from GTA 5, and then the other half will be brand new cars. And it's kind of better that way because we'll have a lot more cars in GTA, and we might see pedestrians driving around in, you know, the new 10F that's not even released yet for us. And there'll just be so much variety of cars where everywhere you drive, don't see the same repetitive cars again and again. Fortunately, from what I've seen on the footage, again, this is still test footage, this is not official, but I have been seeing the same cars roaming around. And that also could just be because they've not yet made a lot of cars in the game from this footage from 2019-20. But yeah, this footage is dated as well. There might have not been a lot of cars made back then, even though we do see new cars there. Thank you so much for watching this video, and yeah, just please take everything with a grain of salt. It's just I evaluated what I saw, and I'm just adding on what I think Rockstar may bring. As you can tell, it's very exciting for me to see this, but I hate the fact that this happened. Let me know in the comments what you would like to see come into GTA 6. I probably will make more videos if more information comes from Rockstar. And yeah, if you did enjoy this video, please do leave a like, and if you've not subscribed already, I would really appreciate it. Thank you very much. See you guys in the next one.